Congratulations on the win. So just first off, just how does it feel beating Georgia? How big is this for you and this program?
Well, you know what? I mean, it feels great. Obviously, winning this big time game. It's put us in a decent position. It's put us in a position to get ready to go beat We got Arkansas in 7 days. That's what it's put us in a position to have to go beat them 7 days from now. But besides that, we're at the midpoint of the season. We're in first place in the East, so big win. And I'm really proud of how our guys played and responded. Against one of the top defenses and top overall teams in the country.
I got to ask, what was going through your mind about 4 minutes into that football game, down 14-0?
Well, one of the funny things is you're sitting there and we're saying, hey, we want to start fast was a big deal to us, because last year, with the game, how it played out last year, you're looking at it, and if it's going to be that type of game, we wanted to try to play with a lead, and force to kind of extend the game, not let them slow the game down. But obviously, we didn't get lined up the right way on the first play. We gave up a 75-yard touchdown. They have explosive players. Then they convert a pass and score again, down 14-0. And I think, our guys were kind of a little, maybe shell-shocked coming out at that point of what was going on. But we did a nice job, settled down. Nobody panicked. I don't think. Everyone was just kind of like, whoa. But I think once we went down, got that first offensive touchdown, I think the attitude on our sideline changed, and everybody kind of remembered, hey, you know what? We can play pretty good defense and get 11 guys running the ball as hard as we can, and we can score points. And I think everybody kind of all of a sudden realized we're fine. We're going to be okay in this game. And, we came back and we got hot offensively, and guys started making plays.
Thanks, Dan.
Mark Long.
Hey, Dan, what do you say about Kyle at this point? I mean, I know it wasn't great down the stretch there, but another 4-touchdown performance. He's 8 yards shy of Tim Tebow's school record for passing. Really, really carried you guys without Tony there a little bit too.
Yeah, I think, Kyle did a really good job managing the game. I think he missed a couple of things, you look, we had some missed assignments out there on the touchdowns we gave up. Even the pick six, we had a receiver run the wrong, a receiver kind of go the wrong way. But a couple of decisions I think he's got to improve on that could have cost us there in the game. But a lot of great decisions as well. And I thought he did a really good job of managing the game, making the throws he needed to make. Obviously we would have liked to have been a little bit more efficient there in the second half. Kind of slowed down a little bit in the second half, but we're playing with a lead and trying to manage the game and how the game was going at that point. Obviously, we kept talking. We need to get another touchdown. We didn't end up doing that, but overall, Kyle, I mean, he prepares really hard. Studies the game a lot, puts a lot of time in, works. Obviously, everybody, he's an accurate guy with the ball, and he's a confident guy, and the guys believe in him, and he's not afraid. He doesn't just hone in on one guy. He's not afraid. He's going to go around, take what the defense gives us, and he does a nice job of doing that. And you see that by all the different receivers that get catches.
And Dan, you obviously it's been a long time since you've had a stranglehold like this on the East. How does that feel? And we saw you celebrate, you're a celebrator anyway, but we saw you celebrate pretty wildly tonight.
Yeah, you got to. We got to have some fun and enjoy this too. I know it's been a very tough, difficult year for everybody in every aspect of things. And, but when great things happen to you, like this win for us tonight, we still got to be able to put a smile on our face and enjoy it. And, I'm just so happy for our guys. I'm proud of our guys. I told them for the game I was really excited to watch them play tonight because they've worked their tail off to be in this situation. And I enjoyed watching them play, and then I enjoyed celebrating. It's a great celebration, We're going to celebrate tonight too, and I'm going to have fun tonight. And then bright and early tomorrow morning, though, we're going to get on to Arkansas.
Dooley.
Yeah, Dan, I don't know if you know this stat or not, but you had as many possessions in the first half as you did the entire game last year. Actually, one more. You had 8 possessions in the.
Well, 2 more. We only had 6, I think, last year.
I think you had 7 last year, but who's counting?
One of them maybe was like take a knee on one play before the end of the half or something. But anyway, okay.
But as far as that defense after that terrible start they got off to, their ability to get off the field, how much did that play into the the way you were able to get the ball back for Kyle and be able to go be aggressive offensively?
Well, it was huge for us. I think, you know what? I mean, in Todd, I mean, all of a sudden you give that up and we get it drawn up, figure out what they're in and how they did it. And we had a misalignment on the long touchdown run to start off, and it's frustrating. A couple things. But I think our guys started to settle down. And I think, as a team, I think we're coming together as a team as our guys look and they say, hey, it's fun to play defense when you know your offense can score points, and it's fun to play offense when your defense can make stops when they need to. And I think that's how you see the team starting to come together and enjoy it and trust each other a lot in those ways.
Also, your 3 running backs caught 212 yards worth of passes according to my stats.
Okay. I don't have all the stats here, but that's a good day for them. I mean, I know everybody says that whoever runs for the most yards wins, so maybe because it was maybe it's whoever's running backs get the most yards wins, right? But well, those are the matchups. When you look at matchups, that Kyle Trask does a great job. He's not going to force the ball. If they're going to bracket and take away and double people, he's going to go to who you're not doubling or covering.
Thanks, Dan.
Yep.
Matt Baker.
Following up on that, Dan, what impressed you most about your offense tonight? I think you had more yards than Kirby Smart's ever given up as a head coach.
You know what? I was pleased with our efficiency. I thought we made a lot of big plays, too. I thought, one thing in the second half, I thought we did a good job managing the game. I think we needed them. We really wish we would have made another play or two there in the second half to open it up. With all the injuries we had, I mean, you're going in there. At times we're down you're down. I mean, Ethan White was still, was on the edge. Hopefully he'll be back next week as a starter. Stuart Reese went out as a starter, and Gene DeLance was out for a little bit as a starter. And, you're down, so you're down 3 starting offensive linemen. You're down the best playmaker in college football in Kyle Pitts. You're down a lot of different guys, and but we did a great job managing there in the second half and finding ways to make plays.
How is Kyle Pitts?
We'll see. We'll see. It was a big hit, and so that the trainer said he'd be out the rest of the game. So we'll check that as it goes throughout this week.
Andrea.
Dan, Mark alluded to the celebration. Why did you go ahead and jump into the stands, or quasi-jump into the stands?
Well, I guess all those people there, it seemed like they were a lot of students, and they were juiced, and they were trying to get me to jump up in the stands right there next to some of our players were up there. So you got to enjoy it, I might be 48 years old, but I'm really young on the inside, so I got to still enjoy some of that stuff. Some of our players were up there, and I decided to jump in with them. I had my mask on, though, Andrew, the whole time.
Coach, what does this mean? What does this win mean to the progression and evolution of your program? And do you think maybe this could be a changing of the guard in the SEC East?
I don't know about that. I mean, it means, I think last year everybody, it's like, okay, where are we at after the game? And, where we're at is we got to prepare for Arkansas next week at home, and that's really where we're at. And I don't know that this will have effect on next year's game. A lot like last year's didn't affect this year's. And so, I think everybody likes to look at that. I think it puts us in first place at the midway point in the East, and now we got a tough schedule ahead of us. We got to try to stay there and find a way to get to Atlanta.
Did you feel, though, that this was sort of you've accomplished so much in your first 2 years that this was sort of a hump you had to get over?
I don't know about that. I it was a big win for us. Anytime you have a top 10 matchup, those are big games. So I don't know the hump. Hopefully we get, if we can find a way to continue to improve, we might get more top 10 matchups as the year goes on, and we'll see how that goes.
Cassidy.
Hey, Dan. We saw in past years coming off a bye week, it almost seemed like a slow start in this game, and then you couldn't catch up. Did it almost feel like you had momentum coming off of that Missouri game, and maybe you would have even done better without a bye week, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I don't know. The bye week thing is, to me, is such like a toss-up deal. That sometimes, hey, if we're coming off a bye week, we start slow. Then other times you're coming off a game and you're banged up and you don't have guys healthy, where if we had a bye week, we could have gotten them healthy. I don't know that it's a big deal. Either way, I'm not jumping up and down saying we have to have a bye week before this game. I do think it, though, the league, and I know it is such a big game, they try to keep it even that way, that either both teams have a bye or both teams don't. And I think that's that's a fair thing to do, because both teams then are in the same situation.
Nick.
Hey, Coach. What was practice like this week? And then I guess how did things change, just keeping the focus from, chasing Georgia and trying to get to first and maybe not getting complacent now that you are in first in the East and in the driver's seat?
Well, I think, from the biggest thing we did is our guys knew it was going to be a big game, and I think our guys were going to be excited to play in the game, and we just kind of left it at that. It wasn't, we didn't put more on it than anything else. We didn't put more on this game than other games in the week of practice, because I think everybody kind of knew, hey, this is a big matchup game. Two top 10 teams. So, to be honest with you, it really, I think we kind of really downplayed it a little bit in that way of let's just take care of our business, prepare the right way, and it's going to take everybody, every single person, There's a lot of guys that weren't on the sideline today that had a lot to do with us winning this game in the preparation all week. There were guys on the sideline that played minimal snaps that had a lot to do with us winning this game today. That everybody, and we talked, that's the only thing we talked about, it was going to take all of us to win, and it did.
And then you talked about before, it was harder to get to, go from 10 wins to 11 than it was to go from 4 to 10. Is it harder to stay at the top spot than maybe, trying to climb and get there?
Well, what did we go, 10 to 11, and we're trying to go, I don't even know if we can go to 12.
Well, 11 to 12 now.
If we can go to 12 this year, it'd be a big deal, right?
That would be a very big deal.
Is that possible even at this point? I was told there would be no math.
That's it. You're asking a bunch of journalists to do math. It's not going to
That would be all of it, right? We'd finish 12-1 national champs? Well, then it's definitely harder to go from 11 to 12 than it is than the other ones. I'll take it, though. I hope we do.
Goldie. My question's been asked. Thank you.
Boom.
Heather, go ahead.
Boom. You didn't even give anybody the credit for stealing your thunder either.
Hey, Dan. Just based on what you saw tonight, and even including the loss that you guys had, what do you think this team is capable of? What's the ceiling?
I don't know. We're playing good football. I'd love to see us be able to play with our team, the full team. We've been shorthanded just about every game this year, and like I said, at times this weekend, with this game, we were shorthanded. I know Georgia was too, a bunch. And, but I don't know. We're to the point right now where we're first place in the East at the midway point. How far can we go? I don't know. Hopefully we can, get back to work tomorrow and find a way to beat Arkansas next week. And if we're worried about anything but that, then we're not going to continue to enjoy great things that we've been enjoying so far this year. And, I know our guys have played hard every single week. I think we've improved every single week. I think there's a bunch of things we can improve off of this game. And that's on us as coaches to make sure that we're getting the players coached up in the right position, doing what's right, and and getting ready for Arkansas next week. And that's what's in our control right now.
All right, we got a lot of players lined up. Close with Edgar.
Hey, Dan, I just wanted to follow up on Kyle Trask, because you said he had a pretty solid game. He threw 474 is the most by a Florida quarterback in regular season ever.
Really?
Yeah. Is this guy in the Heisman race, in your opinion? And what kind of just incredible season is he having?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know, because they don't ask me that question. I don't get a vote on that one. So that's up for you guys to decide and discuss. My thought on it is preparing him to get ready for Arkansas next week. I think he's doing a heck of a job, having a great year. And I think he keeps his checks and balances in there pretty well. I don't. We'll see. You guys get to figure all that stuff out. My job is to make sure he's ready to go against Arkansas next week. And and if he keeps playing well, I think this: if you play well and your team plays well, individual awards follow. So if we continue to play well, he continues to play well as a team. We keep doing great things. Usually, that's when individual awards come. And if we keep winning and playing well, I'm sure he'll have the opportunity to get some individual awards.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Go Gators.